Excuse me, I know I'm sweaty, but I just finished running 3 miles. So, for personal reasons, I do a lot of self assessing and reflecting of who I am and where I am in life. Sometimes that can be heavy for me, especially if I'm not living up to my potential or if I'm not in a state of excel, or like if I'm not excelling currently. But if I do not see myself clearly, then I cannot grow from the place that I'm at. I have to be able to be honest with myself in order for me to see what I need to change and where I need to grow. And I know for some people that can be heavy all the time, and maybe living in a state of delusion is better for you. But for me, in order for me to succeed, I have to be real with myself like all the time. And I also appreciate when the people around me are real with me so that I can grow, because I'm seeking growth always. And if I'm being honest, like that's one of the things that I really appreciated about Islam, is that it really made me take a long, hard look at myself and reflect on my behavior and how I was showing up in the world, how I was showing up as a woman. And I feel like as a Muslim, I don't think I'm ever in a state where I'm satisfied with the level of worship that I'm doing, or with the current place that I am. I like to think that my potential is endless, and in order for me to think that my potential is endless, I have to in some way be a little dissatisfied with where I am. But me being in this place allows me to really dive deep and discover so much more about who I am and how strong I am mentally, how strong I am physically, and it gives me a level of commitment to myself, to growth, to God, to my marriage, to my daughter. It makes me feel so much more committed to being a better version of myself for all of these people, for all of these reasons. But yeah, I'm sharing all of this because maybe if you're watching this, I know I've been I've been trying to share some parts of my life, but if you can take an honest assessment and really sit down and be real with yourself about who you are and where you are, then you should do that today. You have to be able to be real with yourself, because there's nothing defeating about realizing that there's room for improvement and then taking action from that point. The defeat comes when you know that there's room for improvement and then you do nothing to move forward. But as long as you recognize where your faults are and then you take steps to being a better version of yourself, which is where I am currently. But yeah, actions, not just words.